what Marta and I did was to summarize some of the frameworks that help us to understand the current landscape of digitalization in terms of how that impacts the world of knowledge. We can discuss if it's knowledge or information, but we identify 4 main patterns. One is the flattering of the structures, in other words, decentralization, disintermediation. What internet does is to remove the middleman, and that definitely is affecting the higher education sector. The second one is massiveness and growing demand. We have an unprecedented amount of students applying for higher education. The Global Millennium Goals also define that the access to higher education has to improve, has to increase. So it's very clear that we will be having a growing demand of students, and also it's very clear that with the current model that we have inherited from the previous centuries may not be enough to change and to answer to this demand. The third one has to do with new forms of knowledge production. So today knowledge is produced in much more distributed ways, in much more tacit forms, and also through the use of the internet we can produce science and also learn from others in a much more tacit way, in which the formal and the informal learning are continuously melted and blended. And we were in the morning saying that in this new landscape, every learning is blended, in which it's very difficult to understand what is exclusively face-to-face or what is online. So the boundaries, again, are being more liquefied. And finally, new means of knowledge recognition. Since we are learning in much more diverse ways, since enterprises are becoming now mainstreams of valid and relevant knowledge, now the knowledge that is being valued is not only the one that you have in certificates and degrees, but also now with badges and other ways of having a digital online presence, portfolios and all metrics. It's really important to do not remove the traditional structures, but probably to diversify the landscape of instruments that we use to consider what is relevant to know and how do we apply what we know.
You know, when the internet came and when news started to circulate through the internet, people thought, oh, but newspapers are not going to disappear, and newspapers are starting to be gone. Oh no, but the TV is going to start be there, but the TVs, many big chains are closing because they are in bankruptcy. Oh, but, you know, it doesn't matter because the retailing industry is going to be fine. Many huge stores are closing because people are doing their shopping online. So, you know, it's like an emergency message. We should not think, oh, it doesn't matter, universities are here, having for centuries, we are not going to disappear. Yes, yes, and this is a big message. So knowledge transformation, massive knowledge, other ways of certification, other ways of knowledge recognition, access to automatic access to information, multiple video clips in YouTube, telling you how to do things, you know, little training here and there. So I think we really, well, this is a fantastic opportunity for us as academics to start thinking about new ways of knowledge production and how to respond to the possibilities that the internet gives us and provides us.